Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Sadly, I'm out of aloe vera.
I know. Orville was really good, I gotta
Yes.
say. It keeps getting better and better.
Mm-hmm.
Krill is an interesting, villain.
That was an interesting twist on the whole helmet theory. How at first I thought one thing, and it turned out, do they live on a planet which is low in sunlight? Low in sunlight, they're sort of like he said, space vampires.
The best thing, spoilers, is that the kids are gonna want to kill him when they grow up.
That's what the one gal said.
Because they're raised that they're doing God's work, that they're the divine entity, and that they could never be lower than that they're above everybody.
Uh-huh.
So there's no peace. Never. Unless they get defeated totally, which...
A divine right, either way. So it's pretty much a no-win situation with the Krill.
So it's a villain that you'll never see them have peace with, ever. Which is good, because I mean, it's not good, but it's good because
it's good for
you don't want to have a villain that they keep switching and But so I have a feeling though that's not the case. I have a feeling that she isn't as against him as she appears, because she's going to have it in her head that he saved the kids.
Yeah, even though the kids are going to come back and maybe kill,
or maybe she'll teach them not to.
That's true.
So,
but I have to say that was a good twist.
It was a good episode. Reminded me of when Deanna Troi was acting as the Romulan.
I was thinking the same thing. I was trying to think which episode, and it did.
That was a good one. So I definitely love the Orville. I'm glad that it's in good hands for a second season. And I think that the rating's going to get high with this.
Yeah.
So we're not in jeopardy of cancellation now.
No. The fact that it's number 2 in the ratings, and I forget, like I said, I forget who's number 1, but they are number 2 in the ratings, so there's no chance that it's going to be canceled anytime soon.
Now, Discovery, on the other hand, I don't know what's going on with their ratings, or how that works, but I'm hearing that people weren't impressed.
It doesn't matter because they've got them signed for a second season before.
I know. But I'm hearing people weren't impressed with the new episodes lately. And again, I haven't seen episode 3 fully, or 4.
So far I've only seen 3, the first 3, and 3's been the only impressive one.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
So we also had ratings drop for Flash and for Supergirl. I didn't get to watch Arrow tonight, but I'll watch that. And I didn't get to watch Legends tomorrow yet. So I'll do that.
I watched Legends last night just before I went to bed, and I watched, it was like a CW night on Streamlord. The only problem I had with Streamlord is there's always that random show that I love watching where it wants to buffer. Other shows it'll do just fine. But I'm trying to think Flash was the one which decided to be the one that wanted to buffer every few minutes.
I enjoyed the Flash a lot, actually.
Yeah, the Flash was good.
Supergirl I did not enjoy until the last 15 minutes, maybe. Which it could be possible that people getting tired of the superhero genre, or maybe October is too late to do a season premiere. Like maybe people forgot that they're having season premieres, and they're like, oh, and they just overlook it.
All lineup starting.
I was always thought September was when you premiere everything. I don't know why, for whatever reason, they delay it.
Well, that's the way, as far as I can recall, that's the way it was back then when we used to have 3 networks opposed to millions.
Yeah. American Horror Story, I believe we're in the halfway point, and it's amazing, but we're in a position where they always flip it, and you don't know where the hell they're going to go next, possibly. But the problem I have with the way they do things is that they always seem to end it too quick, where they do the ending horrible. And I'm never satisfied with the way they resolve a storyline ever. I mean, I've never been satisfied with the way they resolve anything. I don't like the way they end each story arc. So, you think it's going in one direction, and then it goes another direction, and then by the time you get to the end, like Hotel was one of my favorites, but the way they ended it, I was pissed that they killed the Countess. That she had become a ghost or whatever the hell she is, or dead in the house. I was not happy about that because she was the whole show, and I did not want to see that, But, and that was Lady Gaga's best performance, because the other performance I didn't like the following season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you watched Hotel.
She just wanted to be in one season.
Well, she was the main star of that season.
Yeah.
And then she wasn't in the next season. I'm like, she's a really good actress, actually. So, I don't know. We had some Halloween news, which I was very upset. We did the horror test before.
Yeah.
And I was just not happy with. The whole point is John Carpenter, I guess, is one of the main ones, I believe, that wants to make everybody forget that Laurie Strode is his sister.
Yeah.
And he wants to undo that. And he wants to erase Halloween 2 also. Because he felt that he made Michael Myers immortal and kept coming back, and he didn't want to create that perception. He wanted to create that he's human. So, in other words, I know. You know what it is? It goes back to him fighting with, what's his name? From the reboot Halloween.
Oh.
Help me out. What's his name?
Oh.
I forgot. The guy from Halloween reboot. The guy that's whatever. The guy did it.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't think of his name either. It's driving me nuts.
Wow. Well, anyway. So, like, he was like, oh, that's not the way Michael Myers is. He can't, like, be, like, keep coming back. But that's the way he created him, though.
Yeah.
So now he's doing the opposite, which he's undoing the character. They're going to make it a sequel to 1, and they said because people get upset that it's an alternate reality, basically. It's an alternate Halloween reality that continues.
Dr. Samuel Lewis. There's Sheriff.
No. The guy that did the film.
Rob
Zombie. Yeah, okay. So he had a feud with Rob Zombie, yeah. So the thing is that, but now he's on. The thing I don't like when George Lucas did it, where he's like Han shot second or whatever, and they go back and they change things. He should be happy that this is what he created.
Yeah.
But not that he goes back and prevents, like, if you mess with something too many times, you ruin the whole thing.
Look what they did with E.T. Well, look at E.T. Initially, they had guns just prior to that Flight of the Bikes, and then Spielberg went back and changed the guns.
Well, that was stupid. Didn't he turn it back, though?
Not that I can recall.
That's stupid. But the thing is that now you're taking away Halloween 2, which was so intricately tied into 1, and you want us to believe that she's not his sister. He's human, and at the end of this movie, he's going to die completely, and he's not going to keep coming back.
Which is dumb. Which
is a regular, uninteresting, boring, not special thing at all. He's just a regular person, and that's not what he was.
No.
So to say otherwise is, that's the way they made him. So I'm not interested in a weak Halloween. I'm not interested in Michael Myers getting shot once and he's dead. It's stupid. But, we'll see, I guess. Maybe they'll make it good, or maybe not.
Yeah. If
they make it bad, they're going to always redo it anyway. They're going to say that it was an alternate reality, and they're going to make sequels from it. That's the escape clause. I feel with Halloween, So, Friday the 13th was just a mess. They were going to kill Jason. They're going to explain how he keeps coming back to life. They're going to kill him only because they have to give the rights back to Warner Brothers. So they're going to mess it up so bad that they would have a problem fixing the whole situation. But then now Corey Feldman has come out on Twitter saying he would love to reprise his role as Tommy Jarvis in sequels, and I agree. Like, they should go, but the only problem with that is that once it goes back to Warner Brothers, I don't know if they're allowed to do that because those movies were from Paramount. So that's the kicker. I mean, are they allowed? Do they have the rights to all of that? The history, do they acknowledge it or not acknowledge it? I don't think they could.
That's the dilemma right there.
I would definitely bring them back, though. But I would bring them back, as I said on Twitter, in a series of movies, not.
Yeah.
Because you always got to think franchise potential. You can't just think, I'm doing one movie, end it all. No. You can do multiple different movies.
Yeah.
And you can do it on a low budget, and it can be successful like The Conjuring if you do it right.
Yeah, exactly. Just look at The Conjuring, take a cue from The Conjuring, and
you make it $5 million, $10 million, and then you can make $100 million.
Yeah, don't go overboard with the special effects. They didn't go overboard with the special effects with the Conjuring. The only time I think they use CGI is just to fix somebody's face. But
that's probably The Nun.
Yeah, The Nun, and that's pretty much all it.
Yeah. We're getting a trailer tomorrow, I guess, New Mutants.
Okay.
I mean, that, I don't know how that's going to be. I'm kind of weary and upset about all these things failing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Inhumans is failing.
I think it's starting to get to the time
get burned out.
People are getting burned out. Yeah, you got superheroes on TV. You got superheroes inside the big screen. And
I don't consider The Gifted a success.
No, it's.
I mean, I haven't heard anything like, "Oh my God, The
episode," and it's good. I mean,
I have to watch it before I can even judge it. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's good. If it goes past I'll be kind. If it goes past a third season, I'll be surprised.
Third season? So in other words, it's good enough to even have a second season?
If it gets a second season, I'm just saying.
I have to see this.
If it gets a second season, then I don't see it going past a third. But it really needs to impress me even more to get a second. I'm just like I'm being.
When is Inhumans going to end? The shit is still on TV. Oh God!
Because this last little thing, they were talking to Blink. That's how I look at her. I forget her name, but the one guy who's similar to Warpath goes, "You kept going to this one street. Why?" And it looked like she knew, but she was hesitant in saying anything.
We've had people that have made requests of us on the channel. One of the dilemmas I have, which is not really a dilemma, but like people want us to review episodes, and I do love to do that. The only thing is, if I don't like something, it's really hard for me to want to continue. But people it's
not like we're doing Doctor Who, which is something we're
right.
all.
I mean, the thing is, people. I mean, again, I don't see myself as a critic or a reviewer or whatever, and I don't really. I mean, Inhumans, I guess, if it's free, I mean, I could watch that. Star Trek Discovery, I mean, I don't use those sites. I would buy the All Access, but I don't want to, So I'm gonna say right now with Star Trek Discovery, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to review those 3, 4. And again, you have to understand too. If I don't like something, it's like, do you want me reviewing?
Yeah.
I mean, unless maybe I will like it, but I mean, Doctor Who, gonna give it a chance. Doctor Who, I love
the first 2 episodes, and granted, a lot of times the season premiere is not that grand, but still, you had the Orville, and yes, Gifted was decent, but so far the only thing I've been impressed by has been The Orville.
Again, I want to watch Gifted. Now we got the Runaways thing. I don't know when that's going to start. Cloak and Dagger. I don't know when that's going to start.
I'm fearful.
Squirrel Girl, whatever. I don't know how far along that is. I think it's too much stuff going on. But here's the kicker. When I say I think there's too much, I think there's too much Marvel.
Yeah.
Because if you watch my other video, I'm all for Spawn, Savage Dragon, Shadowhawk, some of the Image guys.
Yeah.
You know? That is, give them a chance.
Yeah.
And put Savage Dragon in the movies. I would love that. Put Shadowhawk on TV. That would be a cool Netflix thing to watch. Him breaking people's backs.
I'd even love to see
Vampirella.
Yep.
Vampirella was one of my favorites too.
And on my Kindle, I don't know if I still had it, but I had one of her comic books on. But I'm Facebook friended with one of the guys from Coffin Comics, and I love Lady Death. I mean,
yeah, I know you do.
I've got a few of the comics down there, and to me, I forget if it was I think it was the 90s. They put out a animated movie, and I keep saying I would love to see them come back with another one.
Yeah,
and I'm trying to think, who did I say could be good for her? I forget, but there was one time I was thinking a certain actress would be good for her, and I can't think who I had.
Lady Death.
Yeah.
Well, what about what's his name from Mad Men?
No. Lady Death. No, Lady Death.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I know Lady Death. What about the actress from Mad Men? The one that was on Firefly.
That's what I was trying to think of.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Hendricks,
yes.
Why can't she be Lady Death?
Yeah, I thought she could be good for her.
I mean, she's got the body for it.
Body.
But she's a good actress too.
Yeah, I even thought she would be good for if they ever brought back Blood Rain.
Yeah,
I could see. That's why I was thinking, Mad Men, and then dawned on me, she's the one who I thought would be good for Blood Rain. But yeah, I could see her as Lady Death as well. I
wish they do a Castlevania movies, but really good though, not crap.
Yeah.
I mean, that Tomb Raider thing we saw, it looks like it looks like one of those shitty video game movies that's like, oh, jump, leap. They got to show like all the things she does in the movie. That's just stupid.
Yeah, to me.
I mean, look, I'm going to climb on the building. We know what you could do in the game.
It's just you don't need too many cutscenes from the.
Yeah, we don't need that nonsense. So
do something separate from the movie. Look what they did. Yes, the Angelina Jolie movie.
Why can't we just have a Legend of Zelda movie?
That would be interesting.
Or Metroid.
There's thoughts
motion picture.
Yeah, and the gal who does Nerdist News, Chobala.
Oh yeah. She want to play Samus or
no? They did a thing. Oh. They did an online. They did a YouTube video of her at the end to where, or I think she was her all the way through. And somebody correct me, but I know they had Chobot behind the mask.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and it was good.
So I really want Castlevania to win. That's what I want to see.
I agree with you. There's too much oversaturation of the Marvel stuff.
Too much. I mean, you know what? Stuff that wasn't really that good to begin with is getting. It's like, who are we gonna make a series of? Let's make a series of The Spot. You know, it's like anybody and their mother. I mean, there was a time with Sony, was like, yeah, let's do a Sinister Six movie, but they're the bad guys. Yeah, all right, but they're the bad guys. Like, you're not gonna have a happy. Like, how are you gonna do that? You're gonna have them defeat Spider-Man and then what? Destroy people, kill people?
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of a movie are you gonna have? Now, if you had Spider-Man versus Sinister Six, that would be different. Yeah. Because you'd be defeating the Sinister Six. But have them in their own movie, no.
That Sinister Six and doing the Spider-Man thing to me would be worthy more.
They would have to be in his movie.
More of Netflix. Because that way you can do a 6-part. Yeah, listen.
On Netflix? I mean, okay.
Yeah, you can do it on Netflix because that way you could either have them battle two at the same time per episode, or one of them at the same time, and you could have somebody who's funding them, but you don't know who until maybe, if not the last episode, then the second to the last episode, and that could be leading off to a clip.
I could see at some point in time in the future, because Dan Slott really worked his heart out with Doc Ock, and he made the villain likable, where you felt for him. I mean, he was
second movie. That's second.
You could do a Suspiria. You could do like a Doc Ock series with the whole Superior Spider-Man type of thing. And that could be on like Netflix, or you could do like whatever. I mean,
there's your Netflix episode series
where the whole thing is just about the villain being in the hero spot, and then at the end, of course, he gives it up. But that would be a great Netflix 5-season thing, like really good. You know, but
yeah, they need Marvel. I'm sorry, Marvel's got some good things, but I agree they've oversaturated with Marvel. Let's get either Image characters. Let's get Top Cow characters.
Valiants, you know, anything.
Valiant, yeah.
I mean, the funny thing was, there was this company that,
because the Tomb Raider was Top Cow.
There was a company was a Malibu, and then they became Ultraverse. When they became really good, Marvel's like, we're gonna buy them, and Marvel bought the Ultraverse because they were growing popular, and they're like, oh, we got to get this. You know, that's why we had the Ultra Force versus the Avengers.
Yeah.
For the Infinity Crown or whatever.
They didn't work out as great.
Well, the problem is you buy these characters, but then you don't use them.
Yeah.
Why? Why sit on them? That's stupid. You can make movies about it.
Look at DC. They're making such big money with...
See, DC was smart. DC bought Jim Lee's characters. Wildstorm. They bought the whole lot, right? Stormwatch, Wildcats, right? All that stuff.
And I don't know if they're still going, but they still use them on occasion.
Are they in the DC universe now? Or are they just in a separate universe? Yes.
I'd have to look it up on Wikipedia. The last thing of Wildcats I saw was the 90s cartoon.
What has Jim Valentino done lately? Because he did Shadowhawk, but I don't even know what he does now. I would love to see him do. He was great in Guardians of the Galaxy when he was doing Guardians of the Galaxy. That was like my favorite comic before, and I always said it would make a great movie. I always collected Guardians of the Galaxy way before it was even a thing. You know. So, but I like my old Guardians of the Galaxy, not the like. I like Starhawk. You know, Martinex, Yondu was cool. You know, it was different in the 31st century.
Yeah.
You know. Different guys, man. Advanced Astro, you know. But anywho, what else we got going on? Doctor Who. We were talking about that thing with K9.
Oh,
I still can't get over why K9's got a movie.
Yeah, that is asinine.
I don't understand that at all.
That is and he's fighting Omega on top of that.
And Daleks, supposedly.
And Daleks, yeah. I mean, and they're using the same design as they did from that
crappy thing.
Yeah, the crappy one.
You know what the funny thing is? BBC sold K9 or lent them or something, and that's why he's separate now. And I just found out that they sold all Doctor Who music now to a company. So that's why we don't have Series 9 soundtrack. Because the company's got to release it. They waited for them to build up like a 10-year thing or whatever year thing, and they sold all the rights to the music to this. It's unbelievable that BBC did that. Unbelievable.
Oh, people, come on. If I had the bukus, I would have bought Doctor Who myself, so that way we wouldn't be in the state we're in.
If I was ever like a millionaire or billionaire or whatever, and Doctor Who was in trouble, I would buy it in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Just to make sure it's okay, you know?
Yeah.
And then I would let them do it. Like, because we can't do it.
Yeah.
Or I do with them or something. I don't know. But
Get people who actually love. I'm not saying they don't love the show, but just, you're watching it. Sometimes you think, do you honestly know the lineage? Do you know your Whovian lore enough to do it credit? And
I probably would do it very different.
Not given the series the credit that is.
I would probably do it very different.
We want to go back to the whole trilogy thing.
Yeah.
We just want Doctor Who to be feeling like Doctor Who, and it doesn't feel like Doctor Who. It just feels like somebody's just taken a cookie cutter of another episode or this other series and just stuck it back into Doctor.
I mean, there's so many plot holes right now.
Yeah.
You can make years worth of storylines from it. I know people don't like that. They're like, how dare you use somebody else's stuff? No, you're freaking fixing what's wrong with the show.
Yeah.
Because you do need to fix things. You can't have it where it's so ridiculous that it doesn't make any sense.
Now, unless Moffat, like we've said in the past, unless Moffat gets together with, let's say, Big Finish, or does a book where it explains these off the show.
What bothers me with that? If you're going to go to the trouble of having Big Finish audios, and you're going to get everybody together, right? Why can't they just get them together to do episodes? Like, what is the rule that instead of taking money and invested in these new shows, right? Why can't the BBC say, this is our bread and butter. This is what put us on the map.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to finally give back to Doctor Who the money it deserves. We've taken money from Doctor Who for the Olympics. We've taken money from Doctor Who for this. Finally, we're going to look at the overall picture, and we're going to see how many episodes and how many seasons we cut from the fans, right? And again, if I was a billionaire and I owned Doctor Who, I would think this mentality. Like, okay, we lost a season with David Tennant. We had like half a season, specials. Yeah. I would count how many episodes, and what I would do is, when Doctor Who's off the air, there would be more episodes for Matt Smith, more episodes for this, because it would be a separate series.
Yeah.
It would be like a
title
Untold Tales of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
That is canon. And you would see stuff like you would see him save the ponds. Mm-hmm. And then something happens, he encounters a villain, he's battling the villain in Victorian London, and he touches the memory worm and he forgets everything. And then it's still canon because it happened, but he don't know it because he touched the memory worm and his mind was erased. I would just look to solve everything. And Rory, I would basically explain how his consciousness was put into an auto. Because I would basically have them have Gallifrey do it. Because the universe was going to get so screwed that they had to help the Doctor to fix it, or else they wouldn't exist either. So I would explain everything that was wrong, everything. Madame Crevarian, the voice, the headless monks, Dorian Moldavar would restore in 5 minutes, because to be ahead in the thing, he wouldn't be out of that. He would not just. He was so rich, he's not going to leave himself.
Yeah,
that's stupid. So I would fix that. I would fix, we never even had to get Capaldi back. That would be great. Or even do a multi-Doctor season of Untold Tales where they all team up. And it has nothing to do with the,
You would have the curator in some way. Curator involved in some way, shape.
I would even have the curator, like, you would find out that Osgood was his companion.
Makes
sense. He gets hurt, and he regenerates into a Peter Davison type incarnation, but older. So you have Peter Davison running around with Osgood, and just do it like that. Like, you don't know what Doctor that is. That could be Doctor 1000.
Yeah,
and it wouldn't even affect anything because it's like, all right, and that's how you get your fix with the original Doctors. You would have, that go on, and you would have adventures with that.
Mm-hmm.
So And they could always very easily. There would never be a thing where you find out what number the curator was.
Yeah. Because
And it would be so far ahead, it would be like not
mystery whatsoever.
Yeah, it would not affect the current Doctor. You know. But then again, of course, they won't do that because they're like, oh, we gotta, And I honestly, if we could have another season with Matt Smith, I would have definitely just had Vastra be the companion because Vastra's chemistry with the 11th was amazing.
Yeah. Oh, it was awesome.
There was a bond there that must have been companion. She must have been his companion. She must have been his enemy, then his companion, and whatever. And they seem to have like adventures like a lot. And I do mean a lot. For her to take care of him.
Yeah.
They must have had like tons of adventures in the TARDIS. And supposedly Doctor saved Jenny and Jenny didn't even know it. And that's how she met Jenny. So I would definitely, there's so much potential with Matt Smith if we could have another season. Yeah. Or even specials or something. I mean, just, we could have had a Craig one. We could have.
It's like they missed out on things because they wanted to, they were just so high and mighty trying to get an episode out that they didn't want to explain something.
I would have just, I would have just done a thing where right after Central Park, he's reading a letter or whatever or something, and he's walking back to the TARDIS, and he's just like, he looks at the TARDIS and he's like, no. And then he'd be like, what's going on? It'll be something you didn't see, meaning that he's not going to leave the Weeping Angel in the cemetery to terrorize people. He's not going to do that. He has responsibility, just like he wouldn't leave a Dalek there. And he just starts getting angry, and he starts getting beard, like grows a beard. He starts losing his way. Could he be the Thalia? Could he not? He starts getting like dark and gothic. And again, it could be the thing of like a breakdown.
Here we go. One of the things, he could keep his general outfit, but it too is like dark.
Right, like in other words, he could be like David Tennant had like almost like a nervous breakdown as a Doctor in Waters of Mars, where he fucking lost it.
Yeah.
And he was going to be the ultimate villain. The same thing could happen with Matt Smith's Doctor.
Yeah.
He just lost it. That he lost Amy and Rory. He lost River because River's not going to travel with them now because she wanted to give him space.
Mm-hmm.
And he just freaking goes crazy. And it's like, oh shit, what is he going to do? And then he starts, it's like a whole season where he's good, but he's kind of going over the edge where he hit rock bottom and he's angry.
Because like that Turn Left episode where they pretty much made it shown that since Donna wasn't with the Doctor, he did not stop where he stopped. He went on and on until he killed himself when
he killed
Spider Queen.
Who?
Remember in Turn Left with Donna and...
Oh, he died at the Arachnos because she didn't
the Arachnos thing. Because Donna was not there to
convince him, stop now, you can stop now, But my thing is you can see him and then finally things get great, but the villain has the last laugh and he touches the memory worm and he forgets all that. And that would be the kicker. And then it fits right into Snowman.
Yeah, it could be the villain that slips him the memory worm.
And the villain could be the Minister of War that appears later on. Capaldi has so much potential too. I mean,
it would have been so great to see Capaldi one more.
I got to tell you, from last season, like Pearl Mackie, like Bill, she won me over. Like it took a while, but she kind of won me over. I mean, I got to say that she is, at first I was like, oh, what the hell? And again, it's still writing. You can't blame the actress, But she really, I'm really looking forward to seeing her.
And that's just it. That's what I was noticing. If you ever noticed, whenever they had I hate saying this, whenever they had a woman writing for the series, it seems as though it seems as though Bill shined. But yet, whenever they had...
I didn't pay attention. I don't pay attention to that. Like, I don't be like, woman writer better... No. It's either I like it or I don't like it. you know. And then
That's
if I look afterward, I'm like, okay. I mean, Face the Raven was phenomenal.
A woman writing the script.
At first, I was upset with Face the Raven for a while, but then I'm like, you know, it took me a while, you know, powerful thing, you know. But besides Doctor Who, we got other stuff going on, like, and I'm worried about other shows that I like. I mean, like, Grace American Hero coming back, I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't know why. This whole thing with this whole male characters need to be female, I think the world right now is going nuts.
Yeah,
because
this is proof. To me, this is one of the things, the way they were doing this whole switcheroo, I honestly think they were hoping that Hillary, or they assumed Hillary was going to be.
Well, forget about that for a minute. There was a Captain America comic where the villain was a feminist, and she was so much of a feminist that she wanted all men to become women with this virus to make everybody women, right? And she was trying to change his DNA to make him a woman or something. He defeated her in the end, right? But, and it's a joke. It's like, oh, you know, that's what's going to happen. You know, the female villain, she's like, the women are going to take over the world. We're going to do whatever. If you look at the situation now, right? It's like they want to replace all the movies with women. And I'm like, all right, you know what? Maybe this is just a little phase or something, you know? Then you got some evil bastard that just did horrible fucking things to women, right? That guy from the movies, right?
Yeah.
Uncalled for. What I don't, for the life of me, I don't understand is I don't understand how this could happen for fucking decades and nobody says a fucking thing. Nothing happens. These actors or whatever, or these movies companies protect
they made
this.
Hints.
They protect this guy. Right? No, wait. This is my thing. They protect this piece of garbage, right? And even the actresses, nobody says anything. Then something happens, like an article, like a week or two ago, and this shit blows up, right? Okay, the guy deserves. He's getting divorced, right? Loses his company, right? He's losing everything, right? But he's still rich. But then something happens where something gets twisted on the internet. And they go, like, some of the women, they start going bonkers, thinking that now they can curse on Twitter. Like Rosie, was it McGowan won it, right?
Rose McGowan got shut
up. You can't curse on Twitter.
24 hours because when she posted something,
she said "fuck you," whatever.
The email and the.
But she said "fuck." Didn't she say "fuck you"? You can't curse. So they stopped her. They didn't stop her speech.
No.
You can't curse. It has nothing to do with her speech. Nobody's censoring a woman. So now this whole fucking movement's like, stop Twitter, destroy Twitter. You know what? Go fuck yourself. Yeah. Seriously. Okay? Twitter is not at fault. They just don't want cursing. Yeah. You're not going to change your fucking policy, some fucking lunatics. And then they go, and this is what gets me. This guy's a bad guy, the movie guy. Now let's get Trump. Has nothing to fucking do with anything, right? So now they try to deflect all their... Okay. And then they try to go, oh, we're women, hear us roar. We need to take over. Take over what? What are you trying to take over? The world? You trying to have a civil war? What are you trying to do? Cut your shit, basically, okay? The guy, yeah, everybody should be able to sue that guy, that movie guy, right? Everybody, that guy should get what it's coming to. Any actors that play a part in that?
This is what I love. He made a claim either yesterday or the day before. I'm going into rehab.
Oh, who fucking cares about television?
Yeah, and I posted something either on DeFranco's thing.
I know. You know, he's a loser now. You know, he's a fucking piece of shit. You know, I heard that tape. I fucking got sick to my stomach. I heard that tape where he was like fucking talking like that to that woman. I got sick to my stomach, and I'm like, pieces of shit like that need to fucking get what's coming, calmer and shit. That poor woman and this poor woman and every poor woman or even guy or whoever he did shit with, right? He's a scumbag. And I cannot even believe for the life of me that these movie companies enabled him protected him, helped
They
him,
did.
magnified him, where other movie people became like him probably, doing the same shit. What kind of horrible thing Hollywood really is behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But my point is, look, here's the thing. Know what you're fighting for. Know your cause. You're going after the guy. Go after the guy. He did these things to you. Whatever. Why are you twisting Trump, thinking that now you accomplished this big thing. Now it's not gonna work. Okay? Nobody's gonna impeach Trump. I'm gonna tell you right now. They shouldn't be put their energy towards that. He's probably gonna get another term too. Which then people are really
like I've said, because like I've seen in the past with the second Bush, everybody badmouthed him. What happened? He got a second term.
Now, listen, my opinions, people may not agree with me, but some people agree with me at some point. They don't have to.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine. I don't agree with this guy. This guy's horrible what he did, right? But my thing is that why don't you put your energy towards scumbags like that, stopping them? Then do something that has nothing to do with you, that you really doesn't affect you, like the presidency. He's president. That's it. I'm sorry. He's not going to be eliminated.
This is what angers me the most, is they're trying to make it sound as though Trump has done this real impeachable thing.
What has he done? What has he done?
Nothing. Yet, look at what Bill Clinton did.
But my thing is, here's the thing, right? Like,
look at what Bill Clinton did. And
they show pictures of him with the guy, right? They show pictures of him with the guy, the scumbag guy, right? She's pictures. Hillary was best friends with the guy, but they don't show you like that stuff. That she's best friends with him too. No, they just want you to like. And this is what I hate with fake news and stuff. Look, Republicans are screwed up. Democrats are screwed up. They're both screwed up. They're both sides that they're crooked, corrupt.
They're the same.
Let's be fair here.
They're the same side of the same.
But let's be fair. I mean, come on.
See that because it's their party.
And then people are like, oh, I saw something on there where someone said, oh, the KKK had backed Donald Trump, right? So you can't vote for Donald Trump. First of all, you have no control.
Because
let me finish.
They use something similar to.
Let me finish. You have no control if some asshole group backs you.
Mm-hmm.
So what? So what if some asshole group? He has no control, Trump. If the KKK say, yeah, we back him, that has nothing to do with the president. That has nothing to do with him. That doesn't mean he's a bad person.
You can control who follows it.
Right. You can't fucking put the blame on him that somebody's following him. He's not fucking connected with that. It's the stupidest statement I've ever heard. And okay, you don't want to vote for him because you feel he's bad. That's fine. Okay? But don't say anybody that voted for Donald Trump is a racist, is this. People have been voting against, people have been different sides of they wanted Reagan or they wanted this or they want, right? Doesn't mean they're fucking horrible people. No, but then nobody came out and said you're a fucking horrible person because you voted for Reagan. You're a fucking horrible person. You voted for Carter. You're a horrible person. You voted for Bush. It got fucking disgusting now because now it's like if you vote for this person, you are not. No, you are not a horrible person. If you voted for Hillary, you're a horrible person. No, you are not. You know? It's just you're just making a vote on your choice, and your choice needs to be respected.
You go, okay, who am I going to vote for?
I mean, your choice should be respected. People should not want to hang you for. That's why people don't want people to know who they vote for, because people are lunatics in this world, and they find out, oh my God, what's next? They don't like that you eat Domino's pizza, and they're gonna go fucking flip out. Or they don't like. Come on, man. Let's.
Oh, you're
this
not
has
a
become
Star
like.
Trek fan. You're
this has become. Or even Doctor Who. You don't like a woman. You're a fucking racist. I mean, this is kindergarten intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Where is it? Where is the smarts? Where you just don't you get it that people have different choices? Don't you get it that it's okay?
Mm-hmm. Half the problem is that we live in a 24/7 world. That's a sad thing. We all do. Tell me the last time you haven't been without your phone. When's the last time you haven't been out without? See, we're connected to the internet 24/7.
This fucking thing, and I gotta tell you, I love my phone.
Yeah,
I love it. But it works for me because I have 3, right? Which is ridiculous because let me tell you, it's like it's like freaking the Avengers movie. Remember how like they have 3 different computers now?
Yeah.
I have 3 phones. I have everything. The whole life is on here. You got and again, Facebook, it's a joke.
Get the game.
Facebook is on there, Twitter, Tumblr, Google Hangout. You got your pictures, you got your video games on here, you got your banking on here. It's like everything is on here. Everything.
Yeah, we're 24/7 connected. And if we feel that we've missed 1 second of something, it's like, oh my God.
I know every time a news hits, I know about it, right? Like that.
Yeah.
Seconds, right?
We don't allow ourselves to step back due to this 24/7. And I'm to blame for it too. I'm not saying I'm not.
But when there's a situation where you can't
step back for a few minutes and actually think.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, you
spend part of spend
so much time on Facebook. You don't realize that time could be constructive to writing a book or whatever. I did that one day. One day I was like, you know what? It was like a weekend, I think it was. I'm not gonna touch my phone. I'm gonna try to stay away from it. Whatever. I wrote like I don't know how many pages for a book. I was like typing it up. You don't even understand how much you can devote your time and energy to something constructive. You know, instead of like people like, oh, this asshole kneels and this one's, and then and all you do is just scrolling. You could be on Facebook for hours a day.
This crap is clickbait anyway.
And you know what too? Even I've noticed too when you apply for jobs too, you got to be careful because they never get your application because all these sites are just job hunters things. And the problem is if you try to apply for a job under these job hunter things, they have to pay that job hunter thing to have you. And they don't want to do that. They just want to pay people regular, you know? And you'll never get hired probably because they don't want to deal with that shit half the times. So if you're applying for jobs, just try to apply for the company that you're applying for rather than get linked with something, you know? But
yeah, that's the problem. If we would just step away for just like maybe an hour, just to go, okay, why do they want us to think this way? And if you actually start thinking about it, you may not go down that road.
And that's the problem when you kind of get detoxed away from that nonsense, then you start to not miss it. Because you realize, oh, I could be doing this, I could do that, you know. So my thing is,
it's a form of brainwashing in a way.
Once in a while, just put your phones away and just do what you would do without your phones. And if you don't even remember what you did without your phones, then try to do something.
Look,
I mean, when you go to a movie, right? The phone goes off.
Look! Think back when we were kids, and we didn't have the internet. We actually had to communicate face to face. We've become so antisocial because of, yes, this is great technology, but we've become so antisocial due to we can text somebody. We can.
You know what? I didn't realize. I didn't realize when I was a kid. Like I look back now, right? And I guess I didn't see it, but I always said I wanted to write a book when I was a kid in elementary school and stuff like that, right? I realized that as a young person, I wrote a letter to the President of the United States, Ronald Reagan. I got a notification that I had this whole thing to save the whales when I was a kid, right? I wrote into Marvel Comics. I got printed in letters page. I wrote into Back to the Future magazine. I was in the thing. Like I was a writer before I even thought I was a writer, and it was in me.
Yeah.
And then it comes out later on, and it's like, oh wow, you don't even realize it. But I've always been like that, like writing and writing and writing.
I remember in school where everybody else would read maybe 1 or 2 pages front and back. I found myself jumping into that little mindset. I got like 5 pages down, I attempted to write a book several years ago. I still got the book behind me. I think it was called Writer's Market. And I mean, whether they published it or not, I didn't care. I mean, just a little fun. But I sent it off, and I misplaced the envelope, which had the publisher's company, and all they said was, "You need to lengthen it." I thought, "Oh, cool." So I had this one little extra tidbit, and I just cussed myself out. I said, "What happened to that damn envelope?" And I couldn't go back to Writer's Market because I had that page marked like every freaking place.
Yeah.
So, and if I wanted to, I could actually probably take my journal from my senior year of high school and get it published, because it's send it to a comic book company or something, because I came up of that. I've got like 2.5. Yeah, I got 2.5 little books. I mean, pretty much folders of.
Oh God, you don't even know how many notebooks I have
of typewritten ideas I came up with.
You know, the thing is, yeah.
No, keep walking. Keep talking. I'll be back in a second.
The thing is, like, it's like I love writing. I love it. That's like my favorite thing. One of my favorite things, and I love doing a book. It's such a joy to me to start working on a book, working on the cover, working on different style, the format, and I have like so many different manuscripts like ready to go. In some cases, some I got to tweak, but I love doing that. Just like I love doing YouTube stuff. I love doing videos. I love doing podcasts. I love just right now kicking back, we're in everything show and talk about everything, because that's what I love doing.
I did all the stuff on the typewriter. I've got, like I said, 2.5 books of things in one of these little folders like this. And I didn't realize it at first, but my second one of those had exactly the same number pages front and back, like 222 or 228. And I just got on the typewriter.
Yeah.
Type the stuff out.
And the moment you get your book published, like the next one will be easier.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. I gotta tell you, I want to do another one so bad. You don't even, I mean, if I just came into money and I paid everything, I would, the next day, be working and with the publisher and contract signed, I would do the next one, because I freaking love it.
The way my mind works, and probably the way your mind works at the same time, is we could either join a comic book company, or we could found a comic book company.
Well, again, people make lists of what they want to accomplish in the future, what they want to do. The one thing I haven't done, well, there's a few things I haven't done. I would love to just write a comic for like Marvel, meaning Spider-Man, like a story. I know I wouldn't. Dan Slott, he's got it firmly gripped, and that's fine. But I would love to just do a one shot or another Spider-Man series, maybe not necessarily amazing, but just to like be able to like write about my favorite character eventually. Like if I can get that good, or even write a Doctor Who episode if I can get that.
Yeah, definitely.
And then one day write a movie screenplay, and one day do this. I just would like to see, even do like a horror, like something, like I just all out there, like just everything. How great is it that like when you're young, you have jobs, right? And I said to myself when I got my first job that I want my first job to be like a memorable experience, because I want it to be a job that I freaking love to do, like loved, And I applied, I think, the first time when I was a kid, and I was going for my first job. I had to get a job because my dad's like, you got to get a job, just graduate high school, okay? And I spent like one day just on the phone calling, and then I was realizing, there's some places like that I actually visited all the time, that I liked, where they got to know my name, they got to know me. Why don't I go work there? Because that's I like the toys, I like the video games, I like this. That's what I like. And sure enough, if you have persistence, and you keep you'll get what you want. And I got what I wanted. I was so happy because I was like,
where I work now is such a fluke,
right.
Because I went in. This is before the whole online thing. It still had paper applications. Yes, folks, there was such a thing called a paper application. I went over there and I signed it, but I also went over to when Blockbuster was open, and that one did have a little computerized thing.
I mean, yeah.
But nonetheless, I waited a week or so, and I thought, man, they must have lost my application. So I went out, filled out another one, and I started thinking, this does not look good because I can't remember this, and this. Well, we used to have the library just literally right across the way from us too. So I went over to the library, used the internet, found what I needed, come back, and the little gal who was head of human resources, no, we didn't. It's just still over. It's blah, blah, blah. And somehow I lasted. Somehow, I don't know how, I lasted this long in the same position. Yes, I enjoy the receiving area of this store. But I would, if I was ever going to go back to have to dealing with the public the way the cashiers do, I would have to be part of the deli of someplace. Or,
dude, when I worked with retail and we used to have to unload trucks overnight. I used to get like a Newberg. I used to get like what they used to call them DCs, and then they called them Newbergs. And Newbergs were ones that were on pallets. We used to have a belt, and we used to have the rollers that we put into the truck.
Yeah.
And we would have pallets on the side, and this would be domestics, this would be housewares, this would be whatever. And we used to have to build the pallet, and you have to build it high, but where it wouldn't fall. So you would have to size the box, and you would learn how to make a pallet where it's perfectly symmetrical, where it's not going to teal over, not too heavy, not whatever. And of course you learn when people using the pallet jacks, you don't like pump up, because when we had the Newberg ones, we used to have to get the pallet jack in the truck, pump up the pallet jack, and then we would have to, now of course it's on a slant. You have to know that if you're coming down, and you have a big thing of chemicals, you can kill yourself, or you could like crash the damn pallet. We had this guy, and I'm like, and they didn't know, and again I'm laughing because I'm like,
I'm not toolbox, is a tool.
But I laugh because this person's a new person and they don't get it, and they think, oh, this is funny, so they're like pumping it, and I'm like, you need to slow down, you need to whatever. Then they got scared because the thing is like, you don't understand the weight of that sucker. When you're coming down a hill, that guy dropped the whole thing on the floor. The whole pallet thing. I'm sure he was fired after that too because he's an idiot. Clorox was everywhere. It was just a big disaster. But
I get a call today because I had a feeling it was going to be them. The gal who was head of it says, "Scott, can you come in? It's a lot worse than we thought." I says, "Okay, hang on." And I didn't. I thought I had to put my shirt on, and I didn't.
I used to love not necessarily unloading the truck, but packing out the merchandise.
Yeah,
I used to love merchandising. I used to love redoing a whole 4-foot section, 8-foot section, 12-foot section, whole aisle, setting it the way I want.
Resets. Oh, thank God!
I used to do toy departments, and whatever I wanted, I put on the end cap, and I would experiment, and I love that. And even when I worked in house, for all these different departments, it's just you're in charge of a department. I would love doing that. I never liked the stupid where like everybody had a job, and to me, like, all right, there should be like people that do the signs.
Yeah.
There should be people who do price changes. Like when we used to have to do truck, then pack out, then do stupid signs, I would get annoyed because I'm like, you know what? Somebody should be doing that. And it's not a lot of work to do signs, but who cares? Let somebody do signs all day, I just want to pack out. Like the amount of time I'm looking for freaking signs to put up.
Yeah.
Like keep it with your job description. I want to merchandise. I want to pack out. And when they used to slow me down with that, I used to be annoyed because I'm like, I don't want to do this.
Before a lot of the people were trained on our little cherry picker that we call a wave, I was the one. They always asked, "Can you put our signs up?" And it's like, oh, jeez. And then finally, we've got a lot of the managers, and a handful of other people, they know how to drive that thing. So now, if no one can do it, they can do it. So it's pretty much.
Then after you become like a manager too, then you have to do everything, of course. You know, even as a store manager, I had to
not want to become, because you'll see my attitude change.
Yeah.
I said there's only 3 reasons why they would even want to make me a manager. 1, hell is freezing over. 2, they must really want me to quit.
Well, you know what it was? When I was first starting off, I always wanted to be promoted. I always wanted to one day be the manager. And I did whatever I set out to do. I did become manager of the store I started out in. You know, I did go work places. And I also like to do too, when you're able to, where you have money and you have one job and you go to another job.
Yeah.
And you just have time to pick where you want to go rather than just jump at things. That's what I like. I liked working in the video game industry too. I liked going to Vegas and Florida and meeting celebrities and playing the video games for everybody else. And I used to do different jobs. I used to like see if I liked things. Like at one point in time, I did loss prevention, you know, and of course, you know, catching people and catching them, it wasn't fun, you know, but you learn. I enjoyed being a store manager, and I even more so enjoyed being a district manager, because that was like, wow. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to like just keep growing in a company until, of course, Hurricane Sandy happened, and that changed things. But then I decided, because I got to see the horrors of retail, and I says, I just want to do something completely different. And let me tell you something, I had different jobs that it wasn't just stuff like with video games and toys. I worked in like fabric, and you know, I worked with telemarketing and cable things, and even, you know, so every time I go into something, and if I go into a new field, I like the challenge of learning how to do something. Then I like to master things. Like, in other words, if I try something new, I have a habit of just mastering it where I'm an expert of it, and I take over the whole damn thing. And that's what I always like doing. Just like when I went into the medical field, and then I wound up taking over as the office manager of the whole entire office. And then the area I'm in, becoming manager of this or doing this. I like that. I like being a leader. I like being whatever, you know. And I like evolving. I like getting things to evolve, things to improve, things to get better. I don't like when things take too long to get done. I don't like when it's red tape. I don't like
the one thing I hate the most is, to me, I like getting started on a project and finishing it.
Yes.
To me, I mean, even if it's just one project,
just finish the damn project before you go to something else.
What really annoys me is that I get started with it, and it's like I get pulled away. It's like, okay, that's fine. And then I try to get back to it. I get pulled away again, and it's like, oh God, just let me get one. I don't care if it's just one little section. I don't care if it's this little section, but just let me get this one thing done before I leave work. And of course, by the time I leave work, it's still not done. And it's like, ooh.
Yeah. So like now I haven't been in retail in a while.
You're blessed.
Well, wait a minute. Because here's the thing. I did like it when I was in it. So like now I'm in a situation where I'm, you know, my situation.
Yeah.
I want to go back into it. I think I want to go back into stuff that I like doing, you know, rather than, I don't want to be in a position where like I'm starting to know what I like to do and what I don't like to do, right? There's a thing with the medical thing that I could have mastered it if I wanted to, right? And I was getting good at it, but then I'm like, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to do some things that I don't like doing, like being a jerk and going on the phone and calling people, whatever. I was like, I don't know, that's not me, you know. So like now it's like a thing where I, you know, and I love that I write, and I could write for a magazine. I love that. That is great for me because I'm like evolving. Besides doing the books, now I can do magazines. Plus, people want to interview me. Besides that, where they want to do stories about me, they want to do stories about the books. They're interested. They want to do stories about me on YouTube, and I'm excited because I'm like, oh wow, that's cool that somebody's recognizing that I've done thousands of podcasts, and somebody's recognizing that I did 12 books. Somebody's noticing, you know. Not that it has to be the most successful thing, but it's like it's people see that I am trying. You know, I'm putting my mind to something. I'm trying to evolve. I'm trying to do something and accomplish things, you know, and then go do something else and accomplish things, you know? So, like, you know, I know people, they watch my videos and they're happy. They're like, okay, he talks about movies and comics and video games, and maybe he's talking about a motivational video, maybe he's talking about a topic wonders. And now they're not used to this, but, you know, they maybe hopefully they like this, us doing a long everything show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got a little bit of Doctor Who. We got a little, yeah, we got, what happened? We have a timer?
No, I was just making a crack because they'll be happy that it's not 3 minutes long.
Yeah, yeah, I know. And we're talking about just jobs, and people get to see a side of us. They're like, oh, okay, Matrixlord did manual labor, like really manual labor, unloading trucks.
Oh, I was
stocking shelves.
I was around more when I started.
I mean, I was the type.
Later, I was this slim.
And again, even people joke around too, because I had the manager mentality where you don't have time to eat. You're eating on the go. You're standing up. You're gobbling this. I got to go back to this. Gobbling this back. And my whole system got screwed up because it was always not digesting your food, gaining weight, whatever, because you're eating and you're working 60 hours, 70 hours, 80 hours, you know? That's why, like, I can't go to sleep at 11, 12, 1, unless I'm sick, then I want to pass out. But
yeah,
it's hard for me to go to sleep lately if it's not after 2 o'clock or whatever. Oh, now it's almost 3 o'clock. Jesus. Wow. But it's hard for me to go to sleep. I'm wired because I come home and I like doing these casts. I like, this is
one of those, you want to get it done. Like me, when you want to get something done.
I don't see this as a job, though. I see this as like I see this as like, you know, getting your feelings out. It could be therapy. It could be,
it is
you get to hang out with your friends.
Yep.
I like doing that. I don't like the drama that goes with it, though. Like when people just take it too far, like people be in a group chat bad-mouthing someone's dead mother or like family members. That's stupid. And I'm like, wow, I don't know people with low lives like that and doing that all day long, and they know better than people they bash. They're an off-air cast. And I have to say that because to me, I see the good in people, and sometimes I refuse to think that, like, I put people up here. This is what my habit. I'm put people up here. This person's great. This person's great. This person's great. And in reality, people ain't that great.
No.
People disappoint, and people are just. You think that they're all smart and they're good and they're good people, whatever, and they're assholes and they're scumbags and they're stupid people, and I mean dumber than fuck. And I just give people too much credit sometimes. You know, I'm a sucker because if I know somebody needs help, I'm like running to whatever. And then sometimes people lie to trick you in a trap and think you're gullible. And I'm learning not to be gullible, where, you know, stop lying to me, dude. Like, if you want me to help somebody, I'll help somebody.
I got burnt once.
I got burnt. You know how many times we got burnt? So
being helpful. And I'm sorry. No, I'm not going to let myself get burnt.
Listen, I don't have – here's my thing. You work, I work, right?
Yeah.
I don't have time if there's people that are in our group that are such fucking nutcases, right? Where they're miserable in their own life. Then you have to worry about what they're going to do to themselves. Anything bad. You know, and it's like, talk to me or else this is going to happen. Talk to me or that's going to happen, right? Which that will probably not. Obviously, it probably won't fucking happen because they're full of shit. But they have low self-esteem. They don't believe in themselves. And then all these bad things happen to them. Like, just ridiculous stuff.
Happenstance.
And then these people have, right, and you feel bad for this person. You feel bad, and these people have enemies and everything, right? But then they don't attack their enemies, which they shouldn't. But they attack their friends because they're fucking lowlifes, and they just they don't know how to deal with their life. They don't know how to make their lives better. They don't know how to get a better job or improve themselves.
No. It's not that they don't know how to. I think half the time it's that they don't want to, because if they do it, then what would they have to complain?
Well, I think what they try to do is they try to, because they're not successful.
This is why my life is so bad.
Well, listen, I think because they're not successful, and they maybe they can't do it, dude. Maybe you give them too much credit. Maybe they can't have a great job. Maybe they can't, whatever. that they have to be the best at something. So what do? They try to be the best fucking troll there is by trying to destroy people to make themselves compensating because they want to make themselves feel great that they made somebody miserable, they hurt somebody's feelings, and they're fucking lowlifes. And then then what happens is,
then they've got to come up with something else to try to destroy that person.
But then they're always the piece of shit that they get in that low with it, like, oh my God, I'm a horrible person. You know, a conscience that sets in, and nobody's talking to me, so I need to apologize and lick the person's ass. Like, why even bother, dude? If you're gonna troll somebody, then you're gonna apologize to the person, then you're gonna lick them, then you're gonna apologize to everybody. You're gonna make yourself look like a idiot, making videos of apology and shit, whatever, and then you go back into the same shit. Like, you're such a pussy that you don't go after people that you say are enemies, and you go after your friends. You're a fucking lowlife. And you'll spend all day commenting on videos, bashing people that don't say anything bad about you or do anything about you. You want to fuck with somebody because you're a fucking waste of life. And this person knows what I'm talking about. You know, and then tomorrow they'll be like, oh, I want to jump off the bridge. I want to do this. I want to do. Like, and they'll sell fucking stupid shit. But how am I supposed to feel sorry for someone like that when they're in a fucking chat? They're in a chat. They're fucking children. We got grown adults here. And they're complaining about, you know, they had to find a place to live. They were kicked out of the thing. Now they find a place to live. They get sick where they get depressed and they can't even work, but then they work, right? So they just can't handle, they can't get their life in order, right? Which sucks, you know, hopefully they do, right? But what do you do? But you know what they do though? You know what they do? Instead of fucking doing the right thing and building themselves up, they fucking, just like we talk about the internet, they want to go on the internet and go on the internet and go on the internet, and they want to fucking destroy somebody. They want to take a fucking account. They want to take people's images or Facebook. They want to create fake accounts. They want to fuck with people, right? But at the end of the day, what happens? And I'm going to tell you what happens.
They're still in the same place.
At the end of the day, they're still a fucking loser. They don't fucking evolve. And even if they're fucking, let's say, with me, I'm evolving. I'm doing better. I'm doing different things, you know? And they're not evolving.
Because you're actually you're not allowing them to destroy you. You're not allowing their little actions to sway you either way, and that's what's irritating them, because they think that if I can knock this person down, if I can just knock them down a hair, that will improve my day. Probably.
How would it improve their day, though? You know what? Because, you know, at the end of the day, it's, you know what it is? For them, it's like a drug. For them, it's like a drug, and the drug wears off, and they're the same. They don't improve. They're not looking to. They have no money. Go work. Make more money, and then buy things for yourself. Buy a better house. Buy a house, right? People are like, oh man, you know, I don't understand. Like, you're a loser. You don't have a house, right? I don't want a house. I have goals. Anything that I want that I have, right? Maybe that may change in a year or two. Maybe I may want to. If it does, I go for it. But that's the way it is. People have goals in life, and then some people they attack and they troll and they do all these different things, and it's no good. It's no good because they have no life themselves. And when you think it, you take a look and you're like, wow, they went to chat all day and just bashing someone's dead mother or like different things. That's pathetic. That's sad that they think it's funny. That they can say things like, oh, look at me, I'm saying this bad thing about the person. Oh, look at me, I'm photoshopping this person's face on this person's body. And they just wasted hours, right? While you're working, I'm working.
Gaining what you want.
I'm doing things where, okay, I'm going to get this article, I'm going to write about this. I'm going to have this job. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have that. I come home, I'll see it. Okay. This one's a schmuck.
You've got the physical evidence of what you're doing.
But I'm not all day long, like, oh, you know, whatever. I'm working. They're doing evil shit because their life sucks. And I feel bad, you know, like, but then why should you feel bad? Everybody has had shit. Everybody's had to deal with shit. Everybody had to, you know, get to where they need to get to. You work. You keep going. You keep going. Your life sucks. You make it better. Make it better. Go. Get up. You get up out of the bed. Get up out of the bed. Wash your, take a shower. Wash your hair. Shave. Get out of the house. Dress. Go to work. Go to work. Keep going. You keep going. Life doesn't stop. But these people, it's like a fucking broken record. It's like they try to be your friend. Oh, cool. Then they fucking troll. And then they troll. And then they troll. And then they troll. And then your friend, and they apologize and they troll. And then their friend, and they apologize and they troll. Then they want to make videos bashing you so they can build themselves up on YouTube. Nobody gives a fuck. And then they go away. And then they try it again, and then they go away. And they try it again, and they go away. People are like, I'm not going to watch Doctor Who. I'm not going to watch this. But then they fucking do a podcast. A podcast has nothing to do with Doctor Who, and they just want to, like, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I'm talking about I call them kids. I'm talking about the young ones. They're just, I mean, they're not kids. They're probably like 20, 21, whatever. But the same fucking shit. And it's a textbook. It's a pattern. We know Doctor Who's coming on in December, so you want to create drama. So right before Doctor Who starts, you're doing fucking cast bashing people. And oh, look, you're fucking funny. But you're the same person. You haven't evolved in your personal life. You haven't done anything different to make your life better. You're the same person. So stop trolling. Make your life better. Put the fucking internet away. And do what you have to fucking do. That's it.
Yeah.
You got to be jealous. You got to be jealous? You got to be jealous of me doing things that I want to do? Dick, do what you want to fucking do. You want to do what I do, then go fucking do it. Stop making excuses. Stop creating fake accounts. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Just fucking do it. You want to be better? You want to write books too? Good. Go fucking write books. Yeah, I can do something better than Matrixlord. Good. I want you to. Do something with your life. Get the fuck out and do it.
Get out of your box. And
Nobody said, I don't give a, you think I care if people do videos and podcasts? I want people to be open and do videos and podcasts and make themselves shine. But you're not going to shine if you're fucking hurting somebody. Making fake accounts and shit. What kind of fucking losers we have in this community that do shit like that? And you know what the funny thing was? I got to tell you. Just like the doctor, sometimes he says it, right?
Yeah.
I was naive. I looked at people thinking the best of them, which I shouldn't sometimes, you know? And I got fooled how many times, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all right, there's people in this community that don't like me. I don't really care for them either. But they've said what they had to say. This person's a troll. This person's always going to be a troll. This is the way it is. Telling you, and you know what? I don't listen because I'm like, oh, this guy is an enemy. I'm not listening to him. But you know what? Person was right. Person was right. And I give credit when credit's due. And I even, tell that person, you're right and I'm wrong. Because this scumbag was a fucking troll all along. Fucking tons of counts. You're right. And I was wrong because I'm an idiot for thinking that way. And you know what? When I'm wrong, I always admit I'm wrong. Always. And I'm an idiot for fucking believing fucking people sometimes. But you know what? Hopefully, and that's a side of the community people don't know. It's just, don't ask me why people are on our show, and then they start to trigger people, and they start saying curses and this and that, get people excited, and then they try to battle me, and then they go off and do a podcast or do off air and do this. Oh, try to make waves, and then they want to come back again. Why do you want to come back? You want to come back. When I do Matrixlord show, we want to come back. Don't come back. Why keep coming back? If you're going to attack, then you're going to go. Then you're going to leave the community 82 times.
Because, here we go. Because if they, once again, it goes back to the whole thing of, if they come on your show, it's like, okay, I'll be your friend long enough. And then they gain stuff. And then they go off and do their Photoshop. Or they think that that way they can go off and do their own cast and go, you know what I learned about old Matrixlord and blah, 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 and we can make fun of it, blah, 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 and we can make fun of it, blah, 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 blah. But the problem is, all it ends up being is hot air, and where's their viewership? How many subscriptions that you don't use subscription bots to increase your viewership? which is probably what a lot of them do, is they use viewer bots to increase their subscription, make it look as though they've got more subscriptions than they do.
Why don't they just get a job? See, they can't say what I could be all day working and then come here and do casts. They should do that too.
Because if they get a job, that means they may actually grow a brain. And if they grow a brain, they might actually start realizing nobody cares of what they have to say.
And they gotta lie. And they gotta say things to try to make this look cool. You know? Look, I don't hate people. I just disappointed in people. Because I like to have fun, do stuff on here. People pretend to be your friends. And they talk shit all the time. I'm going to destroy this. I'm an enemy. This person's my enemy, but they don't. Because they're cowards. They don't go after their enemies, which they shouldn't. They shouldn't. They should make their lives better. Instead, they think it's so cool. How old are they? 22, 23, 24? And they act like they're fucking kindergarten. They act like they're stupid teenager. I don't give a fuck if you're an ambassador of fucking this video game or you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Because you want to show how good you are, then make your life better. Go out and do things that make you have the money to do things instead of just fucking hating the job you're out, being depressed, wanting to do something to yourself. Then you have all bad family problems too, and then you have to move, all these different things you have. But then what do you do to make your life better? You troll people. Why? Why the fuck do you do that? How do you care? I mean, people care about you, and then you're a fucking idiot. Honestly. I care about people, and I give people, how many times do I give? People give chances. It's fucking waste. I don't know why I keep doing that. Maybe because I have a heart, but I keep getting fucking used. One of these days I'm going to learn. One of these days I'm going to learn that, you know what, karma, let karma deal with it. You know? They'll get theirs, or whoever get theirs. I don't want to hurt anybody. Just want to go back and do my thing. But it's upsetting because it's just, you know, there's so much potential in people, and people are really smart, but they don't know they're smart, and they waste their talents on things. But these kids, I call kids because anybody's younger than me, but they're in their 20s. They're not kids.
Kid too,
they're not kids. They should know better though.
Younger than me.
They're in their 20s, and it's just,
yeah.
You know, they think they are the generation. But they're not doing anything to improve their generation. So I'm sure when they become, if they ever did become anything big, people are gonna be looking at the YouTube videos like, look at this. Look, this is not a hate thing. It's just reality. That's all. We got a lot of subjects off the air, onto air actually. Not that we're airing dirty laundry, but you know, people just disappoint sometimes.
Yeah, I got my laundry cleaned back here, so it's nice and folded. So there's no.
Oh, why? Somebody made a comment about your laundry back there?
No.
Oh,
you just said
these
dirty
people.
laundry.
Who cares? Think I give a shit? Matrixlord this, Matrixlord that. Don't pay my bills. Someone making a comment about friggin' a 40-year-old doing this. So what? So what? Do whatever the fuck I want to do. Do you think I'm like on the playground, like peer pressure? Like I shouldn't be showing off my collection or my comics. I'll fucking do what I want to do. That's my shit. That's what I like to do. Whatever. Listen. People can do what they want to do, but trolling is just a bad thing. Don't troll. Don't.
If you're trolling, you're dumb.
It's a stupid thing, man. It's a waste of time. It's a waste. It's a waste. You know. But the moral to the story is you got to be more open-minded, even with your enemies, because sometimes your enemies are right. You know.
And in fact, if you think about it, your enemies, they actually point out. Sometimes they may really point out your flaws, and you go, you know, they're right. Even your friends will do that. And then,
well, see, I'm very, you know what it is? I'm very overprotective of people on my show because I'm like, you know, I try to be, I'm like, oh, they're my members. How dare this person say something bad about them? No, they're not troll. They gave up their trolling thing. They're good people. How dare you? And I'm like doing casts with them. I'm like, oh, they're great. They're this. No, they fucking not great. Some of them, they are. Oh, they are. You know, and I'm just blind to thinking that people could be better. Maybe I don't want to see things. And then something like this happens, and it's like, you know, well, how could you not fucking know that? You know? In this situation, the person was trolling me and was insulted and mad ego-wise because he thought, well, he saw that I thought it was someone else, which I was wrong, right? But he had to let it know that he's the master troll. That's the biggest weakness. And he's like, look what I did. Look at me. Look at me. Well, are you proud? You know, that you're attacking a friend? Are you proud?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Come on. Dude, do a fucking different hobby or some shit. Make your life better, man. Why are you wasting your time?
There's out there to do than go trolling, because...
So disappointed. I'm not bashing. I'm just disappointed because that person could be smart and do things. Yeah. And then they wonder, why are you wasting time with this? Oh, you're so cool that you put a picture and create a YouTube account so you can try to make someone miserable and squirm and this fucking cares in this day and age. You know how many times that was done?
Yeah, I mean,
how many years? After a while, it's like, oh yeah, all right.
Back then, why should it affect you now?
But you got to go to that level when you got to like try to fuck with people, and if you can't, then you're going after families too. Grow the fuck up.
Yeah,
you're gonna go after someone's family. Go fucking suck, whatever. Idiots. You just can't stand stupidity in this community. Like that. And even my own enemies won't fucking do that. That's the sad part. You know? It makes you wonder who your enemies are and who are not.
Yeah, so they always
my own enemies won't fucking do that.
Enemies closer, it's the other way around.
It's crazy. But Matrixlord's not always right. Matrixlord's wrong sometimes. He learns the hard way because he puts these fucking people up there like they're so great. They're not great. Fucking idiots. They're trolling shit. I have to laugh at myself. It's a fucking joke, man. Anyway, we went through the retail, we went through the trolling, we went through the YouTube, we went through the writing, we went through Doctor Who, we talked about just about everything.
Yep.
I'm wearing my blazer again. I'm wearing blazers. What are they going to comment about on this video that's wrong? Let's see. What are the trolls going to say? Oh, Matrixlord has got gray hair. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Please. Talk to me about gray hair.
Please.
Come on.
Please.
I still think it's funny that I never had one gray hair until I grew this.
Yeah. And you still don't have it on your head. I still
think it's funny as hell.
You have it on your beard, you still don't have it on your fucking head. It's like your head's immune to that shit. That's a good thing, though. But, yeah, don't worry. This gray is going to be going away soon. You wonder why?
The scissors.
You wonder why? Because I'm working today for a haircut. That's why. Getting stuff done. But I gotta tell you though, bills are big. Bills are not. It's not that easy lately. But we work at it and we try to make things better. We deal with a bad situation, we improve. Everybody does it. So, all right, it's late.
I know.
I gotta go to bed. And so you gotta go to bed because you gotta work.
Yeah, I don't even get a day off. I thought it was gonna be off Saturday, but apparently.
Oh, I gotta have my weekends off, dude.
One good thing is I only have to be there for like 3 hours, but still.
I always gotta have fucking day. Listen, that's the one thing. It's like if you're working straight, then you fucking can't function. I need to have my Saturday and Sunday off. That's back in the day I couldn't have that, but now I have the luxury I can. You know.
But no, I don't care. I mean, I don't care. I mean, it's.
But then if I go back into retail, that's going to be going away too. I guess.
No. Tomorrow. I should say tomorrow. Well, I'm going to talk about today because it's Friday. Today's payday, and I just looked at. That's why I took a glance at it because I want to see if
for some people.
Yeah, that's what I took a real quick glance at my phone here because I wanted to see because I've got a I got to reload my Starbucks card. I just did that.
Oh, I feel so bad for you. I reload your Starbucks, you fucking bad.
Because I get the same thing all the time, either green tea or one of their little sandwiches or something like that, which are good. I'm addicted to those things. And then this, when the weather changes, I'm definitely going to do it because of their hot chocolate. So
I want to try that drink in what is it, McDonald's? They have these new McCafe, whatever the freaking things are. I like to try shit sometimes. Like I tried those Starbucks drinks. It was the green tea.
Oh, that's the
with
stuff.
Cream.
That's what I get every time. I should say, that's what I get every time.
There was a green tea with cream. It was great. Then I had the strawberry one. Was great. I used to pick.
I had one of those.
I used to pick when I used to go on break. I would pick when I used to work at the other place. I don't work there anymore. But I used to pick. There was this drink that it was so long, the title, that I could never say it right. So it was like some type of iced tea, and it was just with lemonade, with sweet, and the title was just literally probably sentences of the title. And I try to remember because I don't want to screw it up. And they always got it right because it was like, you know that new thing now? What is that? That new thing that they have in Starbucks is like that Havant, that kind of tea thing. Tea, whatever. You know, right? Yeah. And I would get that
because get this, because a lot of the Tavanas are not working out real great. They're going to close all of them in the mall. And the sad thing is, there's a samurai chai tea that I get whenever I go there. Oh, it's great cold, it's great hot, but. Yeah, it's like, oh man, they're gonna close up at the mall.
Yeah, so there's some. Was it Tavana? See, it's called
Tavanas.
It was the Tavana lemonade, sweet, green tea. It was like this weird. I didn't even know green tea's in it, and green tea's in it. And it was just, and it took me forever to say it. And I used to get it all the time. And then I experimented, like I said, with the green tea, cream. Then there's the frappuccinos and the caramel macchiato and then all kinds of. There was the one I tried, the mint one was good, and then the s'mores one, right? I don't have that anymore. That was good. That was good. And then some stuff I want to try though. They had some that they had the orange cream soda one. I'm still trying to find a Starbucks that have that. I wanted to buy that drink in a deli. It was like the Stewart's orange cream soda, which is really good.
Oh, what is it? Oh, what is the name of that? I can't remember.
I tried that Pepsi Fire thing. It was okay. It was like cinnamon and stuff in it. It's something to do like novelty once in a while. I wouldn't like regularly drink it, you know. But I tried those other things too. Were awful. The Boyos or something.
Oh.
It was those expensive. It was fucking like antioxidants or whatever shit.
Oh, all that they were
horrible.
You think that?
Yeah, shit sucked.
What I want to get back into getting is the New York seltzers. I loved those when I was staying with Dad.
I don't know if I can drink seltzers.
Oh, those were. The only problem is if I go without having them for a long time, and the first time I take a sip, it literally feels as though my head is just. It's so fuzzy that I thought I'm surprised it doesn't float off my head. But still, I love. There's one that's black cherry, which I always got when I was staying with Dad. Oh.
They have a black cherry in Starbucks?
No. I'm talking about these New York seltzers.
Okay.
Which went off which.
They're really good though. Yeah.
Yo, God, yeah, they come in a little bottle, so big, and that's what she said. But
I'm still trying to find that damn ginger ale that. Who told me about that? It was a different ginger ale that I've been searching for that for ages. Once was, somebody sent something to you and it's like, fucking ginger ale. I'm like, what? And it was from the other side of the world. I don't know, but never had that yet. And Donna tried that out too. Well, we're rambling now about sodas.
And a gift card to later on today too. So because today's his birthday. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to him. Good. We had a birthday. We had coworker's birthday in the mall today. Chocolate mousse cake was nice for her. It's cool having our little gatherings and stuff like that. Was nice. But Fridays was always pizza day. My dad used to take us out. It was Pizza Town. It used to be like it was called Pizza Town. It was like almost like a circus thing, like a round thing. And they filmed Easy Money there with
cool.
Ronnie Dangerfield, and
What
a
I
few other
remember,
movies.
there's a place in Iowa, at least up in that area. It's called Happy Joe's. And for a time, it was set up to where one side was a pizza joint, the other side was the little.
Yeah, that's what this was. It was
Yeah, it
used
was
to be
set up
pizza.
to where one
In
side
the
was
front, you sit
ice
as a
cream,
pizza
the other
table,
side
and the
was-
back is like a restaurant thing.
Yeah. And the one thing I remember the most was one that had a train. And another thing, if they had a harpo horn they'd blow whenever it was somebody's birthday. Well, one of the last times I went there, they had changed the whole interior of it. And apparently they do also karaoke there. And they had some good pizza at Happy Joe's.
They had the Pizza Town they wound up building a building a couple of feet away, and they closed that, and they remade it Gennaro's now. But Gennaro's is the same owners as Pizza. It's great. It's great. We go there once in a while, and I haven't ordered a pizza. I haven't had pizza in a while. I've been trying to do away with trying to eat too much of it.
That's what I occasionally
right,
get from QT pizzas. I keep meaning to get one of their large or medium-sized pizzas, but I generally get the single slice.
I cannot believe. I mean, I have frozen pizza, but I can't believe I haven't ordered pizza or had pizza in a freaking long time.
Ooh, that's what I'll probably have later today.
I mean, like
go to the Villa and grab one of their pizzas.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that too. Okay, pizza. Usually, growing up, I was like Sunday was always like pasta day. We used to get the hot Italian bread. We used to get like the cold cuts, like salami and bologna, and just general salami, but like hot ass Italian bread. You used to put the salami in there, and you used to have the pepperoni slices, and you have the little dinner rolls and stuff like that.
Did you used to make the homemade pizzas using the bagels where you toast the bagel?
Yes, we used to get Thomas's bagels, and we used to just get like Harvey Sorrentino mozzarella. We used to like shred it.
Yep.
My mom would make the sauce, which would take freaking hours to do originally, and then we would use the sauce. And my mom used to make great pizza, homemade pizza, which I wanted to make from her. And the English muffin pizza was like bomb. It was the best, like ever. Like it's just tender love and care, man. You just put the cheese.
Another funny thing.
But you push the cheese in the sauce, so that was even better.
Funny thing is, about a few years ago, I had one of those little hot dog steamers, but I found out.
I had the George Foreman, bro. I still
same here. I don't know where mine went to. What I used to do is I used to take the hot dog and I put it on the highest setting, and you'd have to do it maybe twice, sometimes 3 times, and you get a perfect hot dog every time. About last year or the year before, I saw they actually have a toaster set up now.
Yeah, they have a hot dog thing to stick in. Yeah.
I
was thinking about it. But you know what it is though? My tastes have changed because I used to have hot dogs all the time. Now, it's I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to stay away from all that bad food or whatever. But once in a while, I mean, if I'm in the city, I'll have like the Great Papaya like hot dogs, which they have like these sales, and it's like $1 a hot dog or something, and it's amazingly good, like really good. But when it comes, I have hot dogs in the fridge. I have not made hot dogs in a while.
I either grab. That's another thing about QT. I love being so close. Is I either get their jalapeno hot dog and add jalapenos and all that other stuff. And lately, what I've been doing is I've been grabbing their brats and doing the same. But I found maybe not this last time, but maybe a couple times before that, I took like a little bit of I grabbed some kraut, put in one of those little tubs. If I screw up a little bit, that's all right. I put some of that on it. And I'm not a kraut eater. Now, I'll eat it like maybe with a Reuben, But
Yeah.
I may not eat it with it was the whole thing. But I found if I put kraut on the top and all that, it's good.
I really miss my mother's monogarth, which is manicotti for people who don't.
Yeah.
And she made it where it was like a cake, but it wasn't cake. It was sauce
Yeah.
and the ricotta and the
Ooh.
mozzarella and so, and it was so, well, even the mozzarella wasn't like thick, or wasn't like, it was all soft, and you could cut it and eat it,
Yeah.
and it was so hot. It was, and the way she made the patties was like perfect.
Mom used to do this. Used to do muscatoli, which was to die for.
And I get, that's one thing I got to learn how to do. I mean, because my lasagna was shitty. That lasagna looked like it was sick. It was,
so it turned out to be roadkill lasagna?
No, you know what I forgot to do? That's what it was. I didn't understand, but hello, you need to put the egg in the ricotta, which I had this thing where I thought I was allergic to eggs lately. I don't know why the fuck, where I got that from, but so I didn't put the egg in the ricotta, which means that it doesn't have a thing to compact it. It's loose. So when I made, and then they make fun of me all the time with this shitty lasagna, I didn't put the egg in there, and it was all like drippy. It looked like the lasagna was sick. I mean, everybody makes fun of it. I mean, actually, it was like a month ago was the anniversary of the lasagna. But yeah, so I made a bad lasagna, which, next time. But I mean, my pizzas are out of this world.
There was one Thanksgiving, Mom tried to boil a turkey, not deep fry, but boil a turkey, and it didn't turn out as well as she hoped.
Wow.
But
my mom made pizza. It was out of this world. My grandmother made best freaking pizza that you smelled that shit at the end of the hall. I was like, oh my God. And all the family members used to just run to her just for that pizza. It was just my mom's it's great food. That's what it was. And then after a while, after years and years and years, then it's like, me, when I'm like just cook for myself, it's like, oh, you get the stupid jar sauce, and you're like, it's like, that's terrible. Even because I'm Italian, it should be like, I should be cooking the sauce all day fucking long and putting spices in there and shit like that. Like, my mom did. I used to. It's just.
And I have to say, Dad, when it comes to barbecue, he can do that as though it's a PhD. So's what my sister's husband does too. He can smoke things, and it's just perfect.
My thing is just making pizza now, and I tell you, my pizza is freaking amazing. The best. You've seen pictures probably of them. They're the best. And I clean up. I have a whole system. I clean up the whole area too after it's done. No dishes, no nothing.
I'm the master of the Candian piece, pork chops and chicken breast, and hot damn skin fries. So if you can handle hot, then I can tell you, I'm the only one. And the funny thing is, myself and my stepmom are the only two who can really eat hot things. Nobody else in my family. It's like, and even when I made the hot damn skin, even when I did the Candian piece pork chops or chicken breast, Mom always goes, "They're making so hot. They're making so hot." I was like, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, I hope that you guys, this was a big enough everything show. I'm happy with the results. And I don't even know what the hell to put in the title. It's just too much shit in here, but
just say the everything show. It's ETC.
I'll come up with some. Good night, Scott. Thank you very much.
That is Joe.
Take care. Bye for now.